So what's the takeaway here? If you want better performing teams or people around you, if you want more enjoyable work and a better day at your work, all you've got to do is change the way you think. Easy, right? We can all go home now. Yeah. Not so easy. Maybe you've noticed we love to dwell on the things we don't like. We love to sit there and replay past dramas. It's kind of crazy. And even when things are good, our minds will wander off and find some past stress, some past frustration, and sit there and replay it and get us upset all over again. Wow, why do we do this to ourselves? The problem is most of us don't realize that there's even another option. But the truth is that in every moment, we have a choice. Every moment we can choose what we're going to focus on, what we're going to think about, and how we're going to respond. The challenge is it's not easy. So that's why today I want to share a few strategies and tips with you on how to make that choice easier. So where I like to start is, why is it so hard? Okay, here's what I've learned. As I've studied this positive psychology area, and I think everybody needs to know this, it is normal for us to get stuck in the negative. It is how our brains are wired. And it's all about survival, okay? We have evolved to get really good at noticing the danger, for looking for the problems, because it might mean we need to take action to keep ourselves safe. When things are good, our brains go, boring, I don't need to pay attention, you're fine, you don't need to do anything. But if the smoke alarm goes off in your house in the middle of the night, right, you need to focus on getting out fast. You shouldn't be thinking about what you're going to make for supper the next day or what errands you need to run. So the exciting thing for me is these studies coming out of positive psychology are showing we can override this instinct, this survival instinct, to really get focused on the danger and the problems. We can remodel our brains physically. They can see the changes in our brains by just being intentional and practicing some different strategies and tips I'm going to share with you to actually get better at seeing the good stuff, for a higher quality of life, for more enjoyable work. It's really using our minds to change our brains. Right? It's so easy for us to come home from work and vent about all the bad stuff, right? That's normal, that's how we're wired. To come home and go, oh, this customer, you wouldn't believe it, or traffic was so awful. But then what if we could also say, here are some good things that happened today, right? Force that brain to say, yeah, what are the good things? Let me look back and see if I can find them. Because you know what we do when we're asked how we're doing? How you doing? Hanging in there, getting by. Instead say, what's something good that happened for you today? So was that hard? No. Is that something? Maybe that's something you could at least try for a week, right? Just try. Because the other thing that's so important is even when we know that we have a choice, it's so hard to remember, right? I mean, there's so much busyness going on around us. There's so much negativity bombarding us. How do we remember we have a choice? So I just want to share a few reminders with you real quick. Anybody here have a password? Nobody ever raises their hand on that one. I don't get it. What if we could use these to actually help us be more positive, right? To make that choice. What if it was some kind of mnemonic where the first letter was part of a phrase that reminded us of what we wanted to focus on? Maybe this one could be, I am grateful for my family. And pictures and quotes. We can surround ourselves on our devices, in our cubes, medicine cabinets, refrigerator. One of my favorite quotes somebody shared with me that I love is by the author Colette that says, "What a wonderful life I've had. I just wished I'd realized it sooner."